So what is up amigos, hope you're doing awesome. My name is Maddie and welcome back to my channel. You know, when the very first song promo of Param Sundari dropped, I'll admit I was hooked instantly. The visuals were glossy, the tune had a charm with Sonu Nigam's voice and Janhvi Kapoor looked stunning framed against Kerala's backwaters. For a moment, I thought maybe this film could surprise us. But as weeks went by and more songs came out, followed by the trailer, I realized exactly what to expect. This was not going to be a layered romance or some new age story of cultural differences. It was very clear that Param Sundari was walking down the tried and tested path of Bollywood rom-coms. And before I go any further, let me just say this clearly. Please don't walk into this film expecting authentic Kerala culture on screen because it is far from that. I even came across a certain reviewer who very Shan claims to be honestly saying, proudly calling this film an honest representation of Kerala. And I couldn't help but feel bad for his audience. The irony is, he seemed to be from Delhi and having never stepped outside the North Belt, yet felt confident enough to conclude what is authentic Kerala. In his video review, even mispronouncing Kalaripayattu as Kalyaripattu while praising the film's authenticity was proof enough. And the film itself makes culture look cartoonish, like Janhvi randomly climbing a coconut tree in her night suit to chop coconuts because she got annoyed by Sid. Another scene where Sid is out for a morning run and is running shorts and the elders and everybody surround him to moral police him that shorts are not allowed and make him wear a mundu forcefully. No, it doesn't happen like that in Kerala. Or the act where Sid suddenly becoming the lead rower in a boat race, which is by the way called Valamkali, just because someone else got injured, and then starting to sing Ye Dil Deewana from Pardes of Shah Rukh Khan to set the rhythm. I can go on and on with plenty more examples, but you got the point, right? Scenes like these aren't authenticity, they are plain cringe. So spare the cultural validation to actual Malayalis and South Indians who know their lived realities, and don't mislead audiences by pretending otherwise. Now coming back, when you go in to watch a film like this, what do you really expect? If you expect sharp social commentary or clever satire, you're bound to be disappointed. But if you're only expecting a simple rom-com, romance, humor, a bit of drama, catchy music, beautiful leads and postcard visuals, then this film does exactly that. And that is why Param Sundari is a difficult film to put into a single bucket of good or bad or worse. Whether it works for you or not depends entirely on the kind of expectations you carry into the theatre. So the story follows Sidharth Malhotra as Param, a spoiled rich brat from Delhi who wastes his father's money by investing in startups that never take off. His latest venture takes him to Kerala, where he ends up living in a homestay run by Janhvi Kapoor, who plays Tekkepattu Sundari Damodaram Pillai. Why not? Well, we've had Shalini Unnikrishnan and Meenakshi Sundareshwar, so why not this name, right? From the very beginning, the two characters are at odds. Param with his careless swagger and Sundari with her deeply rooted pride in her home and culture. Slowly, of course, the clashes give way to affection and that affection turns into love. But the real question is, why has Param come to Kerala in the first place, and why does he keep getting into these exaggerated, stereotypical situations like being chased by mundu-wearing men with toddy glasses in their hands, or being thrown into these Kalaripayattu performances? These moments are staged more for comedy than authenticity, and they form the larger conflict of the film. Now, when you look at the film in detail, it is clear that it isn't trying to be subtle or original. It is filled with tropes we've seen many times before. There's the chiffon sari song in the rain, the silk saris in traditional functions with gajras in the head all the time, the lal ghagra or lal sari dance during a wedding engagement with a mix of Punjabi and Kerala culture, so-called Kerala culture, the token Onam celebrations, the boat race, coconut tree climbing, and a final chaotic climax where confusion eventually leads to a happy ending. Now these are clichés, but if you wanted clichés, the film checks them all. Sidharth Malhotra looks stylish and carries himself with confidence throughout, even if his character doesn't demand much depth. Janhvi Kapoor, on the other hand, looks gorgeous in almost every frame, whether it's the silk saris or the rain-soaked montages or the softer emotional beats. And here's where I'll be honest, every now and then I caught myself humming that same chorus from the promo, reminding myself that yes, I basically signed up just to see Janhvi in this film with this chorus. On the technical side, the film leans heavily on visuals and music. Santana Krishnan Ravichandran's cinematography captures Kerala in postcard frames, lush greenery, backwaters, and houseboats that look picture perfect. Sachin Jigar's music has at least one memorable tune that lingers, especially the chorus that I said plays around Janhvi's character. And yes, every time it came up, I again thought this is the exact reason I walked into the theater. Manish Pradhan's editing keeps the pace breezy, though the predictability of the screenplay still shows through. The supporting characters, however, are more caricature than real, whose forced South Indian accent feels like a parody rather than a performance. Even poor little Inayat, who we all loved from Ludo with Abhishek Bachchan, had to force this accent, though she's brilliant with her performance as always. Comparisons to earlier Bollywood rom-coms are inevitable here. Films like Two States and Chennai Express used similar North meets South tropes and became successful, partly because they arrived at a time when such stories still felt fresh. But today's audience has grown and seen far more nuanced storytelling from Indian cinema across languages. Against that backdrop, Param Sundari feels stuck in an older formula. It isn't aspiring to be a film like Kumbalangi Nights or Premam. It is content with being a glossy entertainer that wants you to laugh, smile, hum a song, and walk out without thinking too much. So my final verdict, should you watch Param Sundari or not in the theaters? Now my answer too depends on your expectations. If you're going in with hopes of an authentic take on cultural clashes, you'll leave disappointed. But if you're looking for a light-hearted evening at the theater with your loved ones, something easy to watch filled with glamour, songs, clichés, and a predictable happy ending, then yes, it delivers exactly that. Just don't make the mistake of judging North Indians or South Indian cultures based on what this film shows you, because this is far from reality. If you really want to understand those cultures, watch lived-in artistic films like Kumbalangi Nights or Angamali Diaries, Premam, or even Kismet. Param Sundari is not about cultural authenticity, it is about glossy escapism, and for that it works if you manage your expectations. For me, I walked in because I was taken in by the first song promo, and I walked out knowing exactly what I had signed up for. A film that entertains on the surface but doesn't dig deeper, and just to be consistent, yes, it was all about Janhvi Kapoor and this chorus. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. You take care, stay awesome, and bye-bye.